Yo, what is going on? How is everybody doing? Can y'all hear me loud and clear is what I need to know. Man, they ain't even moved. These planes ain't even take off. How is y'all doing? Well, got some news tonight. Uh, it is a solo show. Uh, with that being said, y'all have a great night. No, I'm just playing. No, Sil will be out tonight, so um, it's just me. It's just me, and we gonna go ahead and kick it off. This is day number 321 of the one a days. Hope you guys have been building. Hope you guys have. Did I ever show you the Diablo? Um, no, not really. It's so basic that I don't really want to because I'm kind of in the process of possibly replacing it or at least putting it in a reserve. So we will see. But um, yeah, I mean, I'm just been testing out equipment. I've got a lot of personal stuff going on as far as that goes. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, that one. Okay, that one. That one. At the time. Okay, so let's look at the calendar. Oh yeah. Show the original Diablo. Diablo. Probably not gonna do that. Uh, I was building those back in May. Um, this is my Viper build month. Um, and I'm almost done with those. I gotta go back and number everything. I've just been putting dates on them. I need to stop slacking. Um, but that usually happens when I get late in the year. I usually slack off and just build it, date it, and call it a day. Um, but yeah, I hope everybody's doing good. It's been a crazy week. Uh, I don't really have anything new as far as um, I haven't been flying, which I really should, but I don't really have the room. I'm still working on that. It's a slow process. I've been cutting trees and moving wood. Got a lot of that going on. I still got to clean out another section. Probably, well, not this weekend. Maybe this weekend. Saturday I'm going to be kind of busy, so I may do it Friday as well. Um, no, I gotta clean out that other area though. I'm trying to wait for the leaves to fall so I don't have to clean up all like so I don't cut the branches off and they still got dead leaves all over them. And I do got a couple of trees down already that I've gotta finish getting cleared out. But other than that, uh, everything else has been that is Spider, possibly Ekron, possibly Ninja, possibly Dagger. Those Omicron, Ninja, and Dagger are competing to see which one is going to take over, or what, if it's going to compete against Spider, because I know I can get Spider further. I know I can right now. Spider is my longest range, um, and I think I already have that build up on the. I actually let me go look. Uh, what am I doing? I gotta go here. Can y'all hear me well enough, or do I need to turn it up, or is it good? I haven't. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Yeah, Spider is already up. I put that one up 4 years ago, which is what I thought. Um, like I said last week, I'm actually. Okay, yeah, I know you can hear me, but how, like, is it good? Is it like too loud, or is it not loud enough, or because I can always adjust it. I don't usually adjust it, but I need to update logos and stuff too. Well, you could. I mean, I didn't jump in Discord, but I could always jump in Discord. Let me pull up Discord. I'm honestly not going to be on like super long. I'm going to try to keep this down to like 30, 45 minutes. Um, yeah, so I am in Discord. And the settings should be automatic. Yep, okay. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, so dang, I ain't put up a. Yeah, I need to really. It's sad when I cannot practically get all my videos on one scroll. Yeah. No, not necessarily design name, just like a new. It's still gonna be NAS Arrow. Um, but I want a new logo. Like I don't like the logo that I have because one doesn't really fit with what I'm trying to do. You want me to build Dagger? I, I built Dagger back in January. I was building that one quite a bit before I moved. Let's see, do I have one right here? Yeah, I do have one right here. Um, actually, I think I'm gonna do something. I think I'm gonna do something even better. Since you guys can see that, I think I'm gonna do. Oh, is he joining? I hear somebody in there.
What's up?
I hear somebody.
Yo, what's up?
Oh, I see him. What's up, man?
Not much. Trying to get this darn thing to work on my phone right.
Phone is.
I got two phones. I can use my other phone. Sure.
Yeah, I mean the phone is a little rough. I'm trying to get it to cooperate.
Yeah. I got my fiance's computer, but I can't get into it. So
Trying to see how that. I wonder how loud that is. Trying to see how that.
I can hear you just fine.
I wonder how loud that is. Trying to see how that.
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, I gotta turn that down. Okay, there we go. I need to turn this one up a little bit too. That might be my problem. There we go.
I need to
Alrighty.
make it where I can post some airplanes up or something.
Yeah, I mean I'm definitely thinking what I'm gonna do tonight is I'm going to just build something new. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I ain't done that in a minute. So I'm definitely yeah, I might as well just freaking do it. I just don't know where I'm gonna start and what I'm gonna build. Uh oh, I can't even see. I need to pull this up over here though, because I can't see this. I gotta put this over here. Uh,
Hi.
You doing the plane?
Yeah, I was on my thing on YouTube.
Okay. I gave Rosie her melatonin.
Oh, okay.
Wait, you give the other ones
The tranquilizers, yeah, I'll give it to them.
Dracula. Okay,
Yeah, I'll hook
thank
them up.
you.
You're welcome.
yeah, let's. I don't even know what I want to build. I don't even know what I want to build.
Just build a new plane like right off the top of your head or
I
something.
know that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm trying to think of how I'm gonna go this route. I'm gonna go this route. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. Let's go that. Let's do that. Actually, let's do it this way. So
Landscape mode is always the best.
it gives me a wider wingspan when I do it this way. I like, or it gives me delta diamonds, which is something I'm like always doing when I
Yeah.
do this. So, which is probably going to end up with delta diamonds, most likely.
Yeah, that's how I start off making my swallows. I always do it that way.
I'm just trying to figure out if I want to go like how I want to do this. Let's go that road. Let's do that angle. I like the way that looks. I don't necessarily do a full triangle on that. And I got to get some more lights because this is casting shadows and I don't like it. Okay, so I got that. Then I'm going to take that. I'm going to do what I do with Viper. And I'm going to fold that back in like this. along that crease, and then flip it down. Fold that along that. And do that. Ooh, do I like that? Do I like that? I like that. I like that. So let's do it again. Let's do it again. It is just it's been a crazy week though. It's been a crazy, crazy week. Like I finished my app at work that I was building, and then all of a sudden today I went to finish testing it, and it broke. It's like, oh crap! Now I gotta rush and get it fixed because I got a demo tomorrow. So it's like, oh crap! But they don't pay me to work after hours, so I'm not gonna work after hours to fix it. So if it doesn't work tomorrow, by the time my meeting comes and my demo, it's just gonna have to be the way. Because what are they gonna do? Fire me? I don't think so. And why are they not gonna fire me? Because it's the government. And they don't want to. Because it takes way too long. Interessante. I got something similar to to a couple of different planes. Ah, you sons of biscuits. That's not 100% even, but it is there. And it is something. It is definitely something new. And there is definitely some interesting weight to this. That last fold caused it, yeah, go off just a tiny bit, but I like that. Well, there it is. So let's put today's date on it. Oh, I got my pen right here. All right, let's go. Today is August. Today is the 18th, right? Yeah. 18 20 21. And what code do I put on this? I totally forgot. I changed it like 15 different times on what I was putting on my brand on my new design. So
Damn. Y'all put the dates on all your planes?
I put the date. Yeah, we do actually. The reason why is because it's cool to sit there and look back, like you pull something out that you haven't flown in a while or haven't seen in a while. Like this one's from February of 2020.
Oh, damn.
This one's from December of 2019. So it's like, and then for me, it's like some of those dates have like significant things attached to them in some way. Like you think
Oh,
about what was
okay.
going on in your life, and you think about like, oh, I made this plane, or oh, I came out with a new design on this date, but like right before and right after that, there was a lot going on in my life, and it's crazy how I somehow still came up with this new design.
Oh, damn. I never
So
think of it that way.
yeah, I mean, because if if when you look back on it, you know, and the times that like Sil and I will look back and look at dates of even his planes, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember when, and we did this, this, and this, and it's cool to look back on it and see, see those things and have those memories. But actually, let me throw some tape on this one.
I never put dates because I usually don't even. I'll usually lose them to a tree or I'll rubber band lunch them and they go so fast I can't even see them and just lose them. Period. Which is just really aggravating,
Yeah, I mean,
especially
we've
when it's a
lost.
plane you're taking 2 hours to build or 3 hours. Oh my god! Think about how bad that
That's
will upset you.
that's why I'm not so sad about losing something like this. Is
Yeah.
because it takes what? Took me a couple minutes to come up with the idea, like the thought process to like fold it. That's the reason why I love them the way they are. I don't want to necessarily lose this particular one. Could I rebuild it again? Yeah, I've got the video to go back and look at. So, which is another reason why I like the way we do it now is if we come up with something new on the show, we can go, hey, we did this on the show. Let's go, and we can go back and look at it.
Oh damn, that's
But
pretty good.
but
Yeah, trying to remember off of your head is like kind of not a smart idea because then you'd be like, wait a minute, did I do it this way or did I do it that way?
yeah, which is why I have such a problem finding some of my old ones like Black Knight, Black Squire. I was able to find Twister off of some photos, and I was able to recreate it exactly the way it was built, and I was able to do the same thing for Swallow. But those are the only two I've been able to salvage off of photos. The others I don't have photos of, and I don't remember how to build them, and we weren't doing videos back then.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things that it's a lost. Like I don't have any of those planes. And that's the thing when I look back at those dates and those designs, it's like, man, I remember how I lost all of that. I remember what
Well,
happened to cause all of that to go away.
good lord. But here in Georgia, though, I mean, I've been doing a lot of airplanes without tape lately. Try to do better. And get more content out like that because the taping is just it's really time consuming. And
Yeah, I mean, it is time consuming. Like, I mean, if you're just trying to get out and if you just want to build something and go fly real quick, like taping is not ideal.
yeah,
Like, not your
so
kind of tape. Like that takes thought. But if you're talking about like, I still like yours better than a lot of mine, because I like the way they fly. I like the way they look because they look like real airplanes most of the time. Um, I like the way that concept is. It's just something that's different. I'm always seeing paper airplanes that look like mine, where it's just,
yeah,
you fold it and it's got anhedrals and it's got some wings and that's about it. And this is typical airplane design. Now, we've been playing around with it quite a bit, getting like stuff like Firecat and changing it up to where it's not necessarily your traditional look. That's why that's why Ekron, even though it's still a traditional type airplane, the way it looks, I've whenever I remember seeing Phase fly for the first time, it was it was so far, it flew so far and so high that it's like they were unbelievable when it came to that. I was like, I want to recreate that. And I've
I
never
know
been,
that's like
yeah, I've just never been able to do it with the Delta Diamond because they just somehow have too much resistance against the wind. And that's mostly what I built like my entire time of being in. And that's why Diablo came about because I made sure to completely like not um, do that. And that's how when Diamant and what is it, Wyvern, I think is what he calls them, came about, and all of those, they came about based on like you know triangles and diamonds. That's how their plan form was built, and that's what he called them at the beginning was triangle and diamond. Well,
oh
triangle is how I designed Ninja, or maybe he designed Ninja off of that. I think I did it the other way. I think he designed Triangle, I designed Ninja, and then he designed some other stuff based on that. But that's how Ninja came about, and then that's how I ended up designing Ekron and Dagger, because now, even though Dagger has still got kind of a Delta Diamond, it's not as, it's kind of like Thunderbolt, it's not as noticeable.
okay.
So the Delta Diamond is more on the wing, on the anhedral than it is anywhere else. Um, so like those designs have always been like priority for me. And then of course, Raptor itself doesn't have anything at all. It's just got those little strakes on it in the back. So doing that like makes it like that's been my progression is like I trying to get away from the Delta Diamond look. Even though I build them from time to time and I mess with them and I like them, but it's just something that well, I don't build phase because like I don't like to copy. I will build them because I want to see his planes fly. Like I have some javelins. Um, where do I have it right here? Yeah. Oh crap! It got crushed. Don't tell him that. The wing on that one got crushed a little bit, but this is his javelin. I built it, but this is his javelin. Um, but yeah, it was. Dang it, how did it get crushed? I didn't even. I mean, it's not even nothing sitting on it. I'm telling you, these planes just drive me nuts. I can flatten it out though. That one's it's easy to flatten out. Um,
But you,
and
the app does it a lot.
I've got a process now that helps flatten them out. I've got some heavy books and stuff to really flatten. That's how I flattened out this mat because this mat was like in a complete curl and I couldn't because I had to pack it to move it and that was the easiest way to get it to move was to curl this mat up.
Yeah,
Because it just would not. It was too tall to sit in a regular box, and it just so I had to curl it inside the box. Um, so it had this big curl in it, and I literally just set it under some boxes and some books and some other heavy stuff for. I did it for like 2 months, but I didn't need to do it that long. But I flattened it out to where there's no bend in it whatsoever. Um, so flattening out a plane, I'm just going to follow the same process. I'm going to fold it flat to where everything is in on itself like this. If like you would before you fold the wings, I'm going to
yeah.
fold it like that, and then just literally just set it underneath the heavy stuff that I use, um, and it will compress it down and just flatten it out. and then I can just refold the wings along the lines that are still there.
Yeah, well, I guess that'd have to work then, wouldn't it?
And if you can get a heavy enough computer, you can put it underneath a computer too, because I have an extra computer
You
that
don't,
I so
don't you
that's
don't put them in Ziploc bags?
I used to. I had some, but I took those all out. Because
Like
that
all my
was,
planes are in Ziploc bags, and then they're in like a plastic like Tupperware container.
I mean, for yours, it's probably not that bad of, to store them.
Yeah, but I
Do they
try
get
to make
damaged at
sure
all?
that do they get damaged? No, I mean, if like let's say like okay, so they're made to be pretty water resistant, right?
Yep.
But usually though, when I build them, I don't coat them to the extent of where they're like can can you can put them on the water and pull them out and they're good, whatever. They can stay in the water for like 30 minutes or so. But if I don't coat them all the way, then if you leave them in the water for like let's say overnight, then the next morning water will find its way eventually into it.
Yep.
And so those planes are because I don't want to. It will like if it's a plane that takes 2 hours already, it's going to take me an extra 30 to 45 minutes just to make it super watertight, and I don't really feel like doing that. But for the most part, even if they stay out overnight and it's rain, they're still pretty good. They're still good. But if you just leave them like underwater or something, it'll eventually get wet because the water will find its way unless you use some tape that's actually because you'll actually have to use water resistant tape if you want it to be like 100% waterproof.
That's crazy to think about that you can possibly do that because I don't know if, I mean, the only way we've done it is using plastic. So we've built them out of those sheet protectors. You take a sheet protector and
Yeah.
then you basically just uh, cut it in half, so you get basically two sheets out of one sheet protector. Um, and then from there, you just take, because it's 8.5 by 11 usually, or start close to it. Um, and you just try to make sure that it's, even edges, and then from there, you just fold your plane. But it can't be those
Oh, damn.
cheap, flimsy sheet protectors. They need to be the more sturdy ones. And even so, then you've got to find ways to eliminate some of your folds to get what you want because they're so thick by the time you're done that it just is impossible. Same with like using
It's be
like file
ridiculous. Well, I mean,
folders.
yeah. Yeah, but y'all can use that waterproof paper, can't you? Did y'all ever use
I
that?
never ordered it. I'm probably gonna. Um, I mean, I do build my own designs. All of these are my own designs.
Oh,
But
good lord.
so because an Ekron is built off of the idea of phase, and it has a little bit of a spider swoop to it because phases are straight, and this one is not. Um, so you can see the swoop from the front to the back. Um, that allows it to fly the way it does as well. But I've already halfway recorded Thunderbolt, but I have an idea of how I'm going to do my videos from now on. I'm going to do my quick little intro. Somehow I don't even know how I'm going to do the intro, but I'm going to do the beginning part of the video will be the plane flying, and then the second part of the video will be the build of the video of the build of the plane, and then it'll be wrapped up. That'll be the whole video. That's kind of been my idea for a while. And I
Hey, if you
thought
want to
about
get
doing,
more viewers, just Have girls throwing your planes in bikinis. You'll get more views.
Yeah, but I ain't got time for that
You know,
nonsense.
that's all the world wants to watch anyway.
Yeah, it's just it's so frustrating. Like that's what TikTok has turned into. It's like I'm
Yeah, I
done with
know.
this mess. Like I really am. But yeah, so
I
I
know
built.
my TikTok star.
Yeah, yeah. I'm at 40 minutes. So, yeah, almost. Yeah, so I mean, I don't have any. I don't really have anything else. I mean, that's kind of my ideas, kind of my thought process on everything and how I build and built my new design. I don't even know what I'm gonna. I like this one already though. I just like the way it looks already. I've got some other ideas. And one thing that I don't do or that I haven't been doing that I need to start doing is when I build a new design, I need to build like six of them and build six different variations of it. So like this
Yeah,
one's number one, and then number two can have some sort of technology on it, or I build it a different way, or like I reverse all the folds and tuck everything inside instead of leaving it all underneath, and then and see the difference between one through six and see which one of those flies the best. And then out of those six or 10 or however many you build, you find the one or two that you really like, and then you have to try to narrow it down like, oh, this is going to be, you know, the one that I go with. Like that process is what I need to start getting into because what I would normally do is I build this, I go out, I fly it. If it flies good, then I will go build like five more exactly like that.
yeah,
And I won't get it any better. And then if they all fly good at that point, then I would say, okay, it's got the X amount of distance, it's going to fill this role, and this one's either going to be replaced or retired or whatever the case may be. That's what I normally do. And I don't like doing that because I'm not progressing in how I build and I'm not progressing my technology on my planes as much or as fast. And I don't necessarily have to put a
yeah.
whole bunch of tech on them as soon as I build them, but it's good to like start off with something, which is why I like, um, which is why I've been messing with Ekron the way I have, because like Ekron, like this was number six, and you can see from this is number 19 versus number six. Number six had some technology on it, whereas number 19 didn't. So in the beginning, I was putting all kinds of stuff, but this one also has staples, where this one doesn't have staples, and it hasn't had staples. So there's a lot going on with Ekron and Dagger. I built probably three or four that were exactly like that at the very beginning. Um, but it also has like built-in tech with the underneath uh, little canards and stuff that it has. So that one I really didn't mess with too much.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
But and I like it too. Like I like both of these really well. And I'm afraid to fly them around here because I'm afraid I'm going to lose them because I almost lost them in
That's
Florida. I mean, I lost. I had to climb up on the roof after days of them Ekron sitting up there, and Ekron died. The first one or two died on the roof, and I still have them
oh damn.
in one of my boxes, but they died because they took a beating from the sun and the wind and the rain. I even think a
Well,
tropical storm came through. during that time because I couldn't get it off. I
Oh,
didn't have at that time. I did not have a ladder to climb on my roof in Florida.
damn. I know
So
that had to suck. That's irritating when they go on the roof or a tree or something like that. They're like,
yeah,
God damn it.
yeah, I didn't have the means of getting them down. And here, even though I've got ladders and stuff here, I don't have anything big enough to climb 50, 60-foot trees.
What
So
about if you just had a drone to get it off your roof or something? Like, it's like a little
that's a good
and
idea, but I don't
and
have a drone.
and even a drone look and even a drone that could take them up to thousands of feet and then it releases them. It release your aircraft. That would be so cool.
That would, where I'm
It would
at,
be next
I would
level.
lose it. I would
Oh, that
have
would
to
be
build,
next level.
yeah, I would have to build it and like know that it ain't coming back. And that's hard for me because I don't like to lose them.
Yeah.
Like I would have to chalk it up to just saying, okay, number whatever of this design is going to be sacrificed to this testing and then go from there and see how it does and see if I can get it back.
If
Um,
it catches a drone, you will lose it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I take it up above my tree line and it catches anything, it's going to be gone, and it's probably going to end up in water because I have a
Oh damn.
lake. I have a lake. Um, so at the end of my 30 acres in the back, there's another 36 acres behind me, but it's a 36 acre plot wide. It's not 38, 36, to the lake. It's probably about
Yeah.
5 acres to the lake.
Damn. That's a lot of
So,
land.
oh yeah, I've got like 100 acres behind me that I'm not say trying to buy. I will try to buy that at some point. So
Yeah.
I'll have like a little over 100 acres
Oh damn.
when I do that. But I'm already in the process of trying to buy uh, probably about 5 acres on one of the lakes up here, so I can rent that out. I'm gonna turn it into a little RV site, rent it out. Once I get enough money from that, then I will turn around and put a house on it. I will have it built. I'll save up for a down payment on that from the money that I'm getting from the rent, the RV spot.
Yeah.
Turn around and use that as a down payment to build the house. And then once the house is built, then turn around and rent that out for like triple what the cost would be, what my cost is, because you're basically renting it out for like close to $1,000 a week around
Damn.
here. So I mean it's expensive, which I don't even live in that big, that expensive an area, but people like to come up here and vacation all the time.
Yeah, they like to get away from everything.
Yeah, so they come up here all the time, and all the rental prices are anywhere between. Sometimes you're lucky if you can get them down to like 600, 700 a week. But if I was doing that, my mortgage is paid for in 2 weeks, and the other 2 weeks is just profit. So
Damn.
because the mortgage on something like that is going to be anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000 a month, depending on what you build and
Yeah.
how big you build it. Um, and then you turn around and you just bank, you bank the money and you pay your tax. You're going to end up having to pay taxes on all that money. So I'll give you guys a little financial class on that. Most of you guys already know this, but you got to pay your taxes on it. So you save,
Yeah.
your money, but you also document everything that you spend. So everything that you spend on that property or driving to go check the property or your phone bill because you're having you get to write off a percentage of your cell phone, you get to write off a percentage of your internet, you get to write off a percentage of your power at your personal residence because you're using that as your office space to rent your rental property. So you get to write off a
Oh,
fraction.
damn.
Yeah, you get to write off a fraction of your stuff that way because that becomes a business expense. Then you get to turn around and write off your insurance on that property because that insurance is 100% deductible as a tax write-off because you're paying insurance as an expense. So in case you get sued or something happens to your rental property, so you get to write that
Oh,
off. And then, any upgrades. So if you have to turn around and do, refrigerator goes out, air conditioner goes out, heater goes out, um, stove, any of that, you need new carpet, cleaning fees, because there's going to be a lot of cleaning fees with it being a vacation rental. You're going to be cleaning it probably every week or every other week, depending on how often it's rented. Um,
yeah.
so you're going to be paying all of that as a write-off on the property, and then you turn around and take all of those expenses, and then you deduct them from your total gross of what you made on the property. And usually the the way people do it, usually you can make it a wash and you don't pay taxes on that. But you're not technically, you know what I'm saying? You're not technically breaking even on the property. You're still making profit on the property, but there's so much involved in it that you're able to write off so much stuff that it doesn't affect your taxes. Like it's
Oh, yeah.
weird. Like I had a rental property for, I mean, we rented out our house in North Carolina for years. Um, and I rented it out just enough to where I basically, because I wasn't having to do any upgrades or deal with any expenses on it, because that was in the contract for the renter to pay, because they were trying to buy the property from us. So I put that in the
Yeah.
contract that, okay, if you're gonna rent this from me and you're gonna buy this at the end of this lease, then you're gonna pay for all expenses. So you're gonna pay for any maintenance. You're gonna maintain all of this. I will pay the insurance. So basically, I was able to wash everything out, even though um, I didn't have that many expenses on that property. Because what I would do is I would take a trip and go check on the property. I take one trip and
Damn.
go. I take one trip um, and go check on the property, and it would be a wash on my taxes.
You don't have it no more anymore?
No, I sold it in 2019.
Oh, damn.
I sold it in 2019, and I'm glad I did. I mean, I could have gotten more for it now, but I sold it to those people because they tried to turn around and do me dirty on the property. Um, and I took them to court, and I basically had them evicted, and they didn't want to be evicted
Oh,
because
okay.
they were trying to rent the property out to somebody else, and I was renting it out to them. So they were trying to
What
sublease
the
it. Happens a lot. It
damn?
happens a lot. So
I
if you're,
never heard of that.
yeah, happens a lot. Most places will not allow you to do that. Um, but some states you can get, like, some states are so tenant friendly that the landlord can't do anything about it.
Dang.
Sometimes, even
I,
though there's a contract against it, the landlord has a hard time preventing that from happening. It just depends on what state you live in and what your laws are. Georgia, you're not going to run into that problem as much.
yeah.
A lot of your southern states, you're not going to run into that problem as much. But like New York, like the Northeast, you're going to run into that problem, and maybe in California. Um, but like up here in Wisconsin, maybe Minnesota, you might have some issues, but usually not, because they're usually pretty landlord heavy on their stuff. and then turn around and you have to take them to. There is a process though. You can't just go change the locks. Like I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Um,
Even though it's yours, you
yeah, even though
it's
it's your
your home. You still
property,
can't do
they're allowed to be there per the lease. So until you can legally remove them from the property, you can't change the locks
it.
on
Damn.
most properties.
But what if
Now,
they mess your house up before you get it back? Like, what if they just start busting up everything?
that's what the lawsuits are for. That's what security deposits. That's
Oh,
why you have a security deposit, and that's the other thing about vacation rentals. You get the security deposit. So, and here's another thing that you know how basically you pay your rent at the beginning of each month to live there,
yeah.
for that month. It's kind of the same way, except with vacation rentals, like I get my security deposit up front. I get everything up front before they even go in.
Oh,
and
damn.
then and then they have they'll have their rental contract for X amount of days, or if they want to rent it out for a week or 2 weeks, you know that's what the contract states. The minute that contract is up, they are no longer authorized to be on the property, and I can go do whatever I need to do. If they are still there, I can have them arrested. Like
Oh,
that's the
nice. You
difference.
just can't take them off with a gun or anything, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You just can't threaten anybody. Like
Oh, damn.
even though you probably want to. Like I can legally carry because it's my property.
Yeah.
So even though a state may not um like Florida, for instance, Florida does not allow open carry outside of your personal property unless you're going like hunting or fishing. Then you can open carry.
Okay.
Because Florida is like a concealed carry state. Like they want you to have a concealed carry if you're carrying a handgun. Whereas you can carry your open carry on your property. So legally, what I would have to do if I was in Florida is I would have to lock everything in the trunk. If I was doing everything legal, you'd have to lock everything in the trunk, or you could lock it in a gun case and then put it behind you. Like I would say behind you, put it in the back seat somewhere where you can't reach it.
Yeah.
You have to have it out of reach. And the ammo
Oh,
usually has to be separate. Like in Illinois, ammo and the gun have to be locked up separately.
that's so stupid.
It is, but Illinois is one of the last states that doesn't even allow concealed carry or open carry.
Damn.
You can legally own them, but you can't legally carry firearms like that. I think you can do rifles, but I don't know how their law works. Um, but as far as handguns go, you can't legally open carry. Um, I don't. You can't even conceal carry. And when?
Oh, so you
Just now?
can
Or are you talking
carry an
about?
assault rifle?
I mean, I did see it on the news the last couple of days. Um, but you're saying they're attacking Afghanistan right now?
Really? I gotta watch that.
Like I haven't been keeping up too much with it because local news here they like to only say local news, but even the national news in America they don't give you every detail every minute of the day when it's overseas, and it's sad. They probably should, but they just don't. I don't know if it's because they don't have enough resources or they only want to report on what they want to report on, which is why I don't like the media.
It just says chaos continues outside of Kabul airport.
I wonder if it's going on right now and it's just not hit the media yet. We got it here first, folks. uh, yeah, so, but it's just those things that, if you're trying to see, one thing that I've been trying to do as I progress through life is I'm trying to leave a legacy for my kids.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, I agree with you, Abby, but I still, not that I agree or disagree with any of the any terrorist organization. I just know that it's sad, but there's always two sides to every story and everything. I don't agree with it, but there's always two sides. They have an ideology of what they believe, and 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna change their ideology,
Nope.
and they believe it. Just like, I consider myself a Christian. I'm not your typical Christian, I guess you could say it that way, because I know people have opinions, and dang, well, I hope you stay safe over there, because that is, I know it's rough. And one thing that I will say about America is that we don't usually have anything like that on a regular basis. We still have our idiots out here shooting everybody and being dumb, and
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, and it's just neighbors killing neighbors half the time. It's like dumb
I
stuff.
think I think, I think Chicago's worse than Afghanistan right now.
It's probably up there. I will say that. I will
Yeah,
say it's up there.
it's
Um,
pretty high up there.
yeah, it's one of the highest crime rate areas um, in the world, which is crazy to think Chicago. I mean, come on now.
Maybe if they drop the military in there and get some things straightened out, it won't be like that anymore.
It's you can't even you can't. It's not gonna happen. Too many
I
casualties.
know. It
Too
would
many
be nice if they
casualties.
did.
But you're not gonna get rid of it though. It's just like you're not gonna get rid of a lot of the other organizations that are horrible for this world. You're just not going to get rid of them because somebody is
No,
always going to come back. And whether they have to start from ground zero, somebody's always going to come back. You are not going to completely wipe out any terrorist organization. And it's sad, but it's just I've come to that realization that that's where we're at. I don't agree with terrorist organizations, whether it's, in America or against America, or America is, created one to go kill other people. No, like they're all wrong, but like you can't stop them. Just just like the KKK should have been wiped out years ago, but
no, they ain't never gonna.
you can't get rid of them.
They run most of America,
Yeah, yeah, they're so stupid.
and they're in
Uh,
Australia and other places too. I was like, what the hell?
yeah, like you can't get rid of them. And it's so weird because I watched the same story again the other day. Have you seen the story about Daryl Davis infiltrating the KKK with
Oh yeah,
Grandmaster Robert Kelly?
was it the Black Klansman or something?
Yep. Yeah, basically, he never really became a Klansman, but he was a reporter. He was a news reporter who
Oh, okay.
who became he basically wanted to interview one of the grand masters of the KKK. I don't know where they lived. I could look it up, but basically he met him at a hotel room. His KKK his bodyguard was there. They had a meeting at a hotel room. It went well. And then over time, over years, and I say over time, over years and years of them talking to each other and getting to know each other, Robert
They became.
Kelly actually quit the KKK and gave his Klan suit to Daryl Davis.
He has friends that are actually still in it too, though. Someone went to his wedding a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's just that he his intellect, and I think he's smarter than I am. And he's got to be crazier than I am because I wouldn't even walk into that kind of situation. And I'm white. Like I wouldn't want to walk into like be waiting in a hotel room for this grand master to come in and have an interview with him. I would be
Hey, you'd
scared
be
out of
less
my mind.
terrified than me.
I don't. I mean, I don't know. We'd probably be up there at the same because I don't trust them because I don't feel like they hate. I mean, that's what they portray is that they only hate. They hate basically everybody who isn't white, but I don't necessarily believe that that's the only people that they hate. I believe that they can hate white people too. You just have to tick them off enough.
No, yeah, I live in Georgia. Trust me, I know all too well.
Yeah, and it's like that's the other problem with them is and a lot of the other terrorist organization is that they make assumptions about a group of people and then they think something's going wrong like that one guy that was jogging in I think it was in Georgia when
Yep,
he got jumped and
it
they
was.
killed him and they actually caught those guys and put them in jail, which was great. um because that's just ridiculous, like that ticked me off. And I grew up in
And
Georgia
then
too,
oh,
you
you
know.
did?
Yeah, I grew up in Stockbridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I grew up in Stockbridge. My dad still lives there. My grandma lives in Morrow, which is just down the street. Um, and then my grandpa lives in not Clayton, Macon. My grandma
Oh,
lives in Clayton County, which is in Morrow. Well, Morrow's in Clayton County. Um, but yeah, my biological grandpa on my dad's side lives in Macon. Um, and then my
okay.
dad and my stepmom live in Stockbridge. And then I've got a friend of mine that's lives up in I believe he's in Alpharetta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he lives on the northwest side. He lives not too far from the new stadium.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he lives not too
Oh, new one they
really.
mistake one?
What's that? Yeah, this the new State Farm. What is that? The Brave Stadium.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if the Falcons share that stadium or not,
Mm,
but I know it's the new Brave Stadium.
oh, okay. I think that's a different stadium because the Falcons. Wait, no, they use the Mercedes Stadium or something.
I'll have to
It's like
take a
the
look.
Mercedes. It's the Mercedes Dome or something.
Yeah, because I think State Farm sponsors that other one. I know they sponsor a lot of it, I should say, but I don't know
Well,
who.
the only other Braves stadium we have another one, but it's the Gwinnett Braves.
Yeah, no,
So
no,
it's,
no,
it's
not yeah, not the what is that? I guess that would be the minor leagues.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the Atlanta Braves,
Oh, okay.
which is crazy that they're not in Atlanta anymore technically. They're outside of Atlanta.
I don't know. It's just weird. Like, does the NFL even still exist? I haven't. I
Yeah, I
haven't
mean they're
seen them.
playing. They're playing the
I haven't
preseason.
really.
I watched a
I
few
don't know. It's
games.
just, I haven't gotten into it lately like I used to. I was like I forgot all about it.
Is America strong enough to fight the Taliban? I mean,
We tired.
technically, yes. Um, and I think it's more of a technology battle at that point. Like the other thing is, and I don't necessarily know 100. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know much about the Taliban, and not because I don't like this. I don't really study any hate, you know, any hate groups, and I don't really. Not that I shouldn't, study them just to try to learn about them, but like I don't. I think their tactics are like, or as far as how they live and train, like they are so scattered that you can't just like bomb one particular area and kill everybody. Like it's just not. They're so spread out, and they're also, I believe they have underground caves and stuff that they use as well, which
Yeah.
I don't know honestly know why you would need them.
They use guerrilla warfare tactics.
No, I mean the American military is recruiting and training daily. Like they are always recruiting, and I know it's the same with any organization. Um, but like I mean, I served in the military. I did my time. I got out. Like like
Damn.
that's you know I was never deployed over there. I never went overseas. I never had to do any of that stuff. So I am thankful that I didn't have to deal with that political nonsense and be a puppet
Oh
for
yeah.
somebody else. That's just, I'm thankful for that. You know,
But
I did want to travel and go overseas to like Germany and Japan and go different places, but it's so hard depending on your job. Like my job was administrative computers and stuff, so it's like there's a million of us. Why do they need? We already got some over there. We're not going to send you. So we're not going to send you to Germany. We're not going to send you to Europe. We're not going to send you to Japan, even though Japan is more likely than anything else because they have a huge marine base in Okinawa. But I wanted to go to like Spain and Italy and stuff like that. I wanted to go to the places where, you know, I knew I probably wasn't going to get to go if I didn't go in the military because
yeah.
I'm not a big traveler to begin with. Like I don't like to travel that much. And as much as I moved, I don't like to move. But the military will pack your stuff up and move for you. So like,
Japan's technology is not all that.
yeah.
You know.
I mean, they got some really neat stuff and they're advanced, but there's a lot that America has that they don't tell us about. I
I mean,
guarantee
like,
you that there's plenty of military technology out there that we don't know about. There's plenty of civilian technology that they're working on that they haven't told us about, and because it would probably blow our minds and probably would take away jobs too. And people don't want
yeah,
people. Well, there's a lot of people that don't want to go back to work, but there's other people that do, and there's people that would go out of work because of technology. Like I'm afraid that I might lose my job because of technology. It's possible.
damn.
You find a robot or a computer program that can create programs, you know, that no way. What in the world?
Well, don't worry, Abby. Hopefully, America will nuke Afghanistan.
Uh, I don't know if they'll do that. I don't think they're.
It's just time to get rid of it. I get off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I don't like terrorist organizations at all. Either way,
Yeah.
American,
It's,
non-American, doesn't matter. I don't like them. I
I
don't
mean,
know why.
America can't.
I don't know why North Korea is so strong.
I know, right?
Like that dude is genius.
I mean, it's not that they're strong. It's just that America could probably whoop them any day. But they got China backing them. So
Well, the other problem is that here's the other problem with the American military is that other than the Marines, because the president can send the Marines anywhere they want, anytime they want, no Congress or Senate or any whatever you want to call it needed. That is the president's military fighting force, which is one of the reasons why I joined, and I wanted to be a Marine. That was one of them, because it was like, hey, you know what? We can go. We're can go anywhere, anytime. If he decided to call up all of us and say, let's go, let's go.
Yep.
So that was the cool part about it for me. I was like, hey, I can travel at a moment's notice. And there was a lot of things that I did, like security details and stuff that I wasn't planning on doing. Then all of a sudden they said, hey, you're going to go be on the security detail. We need you to do this, this, and this. You need to go check out your weapon from the armory. You need to be back here in 30 minutes. And it was cool. And then I would go do what I got to do. And sometimes I'd be gone all day. Sometimes I'd be gone like half a day. You know, sometimes I'd be gone for like 2 or 3 days. And then I'd come back smelling like complete bag of doo doo.
Hey, did you read what Abby just sent?
I mean, I
Hey, well,
bet.
why don't y'all go fight for Afghanistan, Abby? Y'all are closer, I think.
Yeah. And nobody wants to get involved. That's the other thing. Nobody wants to deal with them. And I don't blame them. Like, I wouldn't want to go deal with them.
We
I
got
mean,
enough people
I
with.
would, honestly, I mean, if I was in and they told me, hey, you got to go, I would go, not by choice,
Yeah.
because there is a high probability that something's going to happen, and I would rather not be involved in that.
If they offer me 100 grand right now, I'll go.
That's it? Only 100 grand? Yeah,
Yeah,
you ain't
a
getting me to
month,
go for 100 grand.
a month,
You ain't
not a
getting me to
year.
go for. No, I wouldn't go for 100 grand. I
You,
wouldn't even go for a million.
you wouldn't?
Nope,
Damn.
nope. Wouldn't even go for a million. It'd have to be a substantial amount of money for me to even go, and then they have to explain exactly what I'm going to be doing, and then I'd have to sleep on it because
Well, I'll go as long as I get free authority to kill even little kids that running up. I'm just shooting. I
see,
ain't even
that's
gonna be
that's
playing
the
no games
that's
with
the problem.
nobody.
Most of the time, you're not getting that.
No.
You're not going to get that
Oh,
authority.
I know. I know.
You have to visibly you have to visibly see a weapon, and it has to physically be pointed at you, or they have to be strapped with a bomb and be running towards you. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be the one taking the shot. You're going to have a sniper team covering you that will probably take that shot before you even see them and or need to engage.
India
That
has the largest army.
I don't. I mean,
Is
it's
that true?
possible. It's possible. I mean,
I don't think so.
our military did decrease. Um, they did work to decrease their numbers um, from the initial increase for the Marines themselves was trying to get to like 250 or 300,000 back in early 2000s. That was just the Marine Corps alone was pushing to get to that many people.
Oh damn.
So now they are a fraction of that because they've been trying to eliminate some of that.
They're the fourth ranked strongest in the world. Well, yeah, I believe that. I mean, they do have that one missile that goes that's crazy fast. I forgot the name of
Oh,
it. The Brahmos or whatever.
yeah. But what has been an yeah, it's been almost an hour and a half. I hate to cut
Okay.
this, but
Oh, that's cool. It was nice
you,
talking to you. That's what we should
you
have another.
guys,
We should have like
yeah, you
a
guys,
military
I've been
challenge.
enjoying it. I've actually got some other work to do. I've got a
All right.
laptop that a customer dropped off to me, so I've got to get that cracked open, check the check the battery, make sure that because they ordered everything. So they ordered a battery and they said, "Hey, my battery's dead. Can you replace it?"
Oh damn.
So I said, okay. I said, but what if it's not the battery? He said, well,
They were
just
like,
he said just replace it and let me know what's wrong with it. And
oh
I said,
damn.
okay, because it could be the battery, and it probably is the
Yeah.
battery. But I just I have to diagnose it. So I'm gonna put the new battery in after I take the old battery out, and then from there we'll see if it stays powered on when you unplug it.
Dude, the chat wasn't short today. It was hours.
Yeah, it was a. I mean, yeah, it's
We just happened to be talking about other things, but it
yeah
still wasn't
we
short.
we got off on a tangent. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good one. Don't work too
You too.
hard, and always remember, keep them flying.